Do you know that murder is no laughing matter?
Well, was I laughing?
Where were you on the night of October 25? Your silence shields a woman's honor. Do you know what's going to be said of you? You're going to be called old-fashioned. A man will not tell where he is because it involves a woman's honor. How quaint. Say, do you think she's worth it? Yes, get red in the face. I should think you would. Blush. Blush for shame. Shame of having loved a woman who'd let a man face death to shield her own honor.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's just like a woman. The cowards. That's what I most despise in women. Afraid they won't be looked upon as the pure, noble, sensitive souls they spend their lives trying to make us believe they are. Sickening.
There are things you don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. I suppose she's got a husband. I suppose he'd divorce her. Then she wouldn't be asked out to tea quite so often. Good Lord. Die for something real.
You and I have different ideals, Mr. Foster. There are things we don't discuss.
There are things we have to discuss. If you insist upon this romantic course, then at least we'll have to get something out of that.
What do you mean?
Simply that public feeling has got to swing toward you, or the jury will say you murdered Airwalt. If we can't have an alibi, let us by all means have a hero.
Have you given out a story to the newspapers?
Very delicately done. A life for a life. Isn't that moving? While Gordon Walsh languishes in his cell, some woman is safe in his shielded home. Charged with the murder of John Airwalt, young Wallace fails to cut his chain of circumstantial evidence with an alibi. Where was Gordon Wallace on the night of October 25? Maintains a dogged silence. Behind that silence rests a woman's honor. And so on at some length.
You had no right to give out a story without my consent.
Oh, yes, I have. If I can't get your consent for saving your life, then, my young friend, I shall save it without your consent. Pardon my rudeness.
How will this save it?
How little romantic young men know the romantic sex. Wives including, I hope, jurors' wives, will cry, "Don't let that chivalrous young man die." Women just love to have their honor shielded. It is very touching to them.
Mr. Foster, I tell you again, I dislike your attitude toward women. Laugh at me if you will, but I have respect and reverence for women. I believe it is perfectly true that men must guard them. Call me a romantic young fool if it pleases you. But I have a mother, a sister, sweetheart. Yes, I am ready to die to shield a woman's honor.
No, you shall not.
Oh, you've come.
I have come.
I don't understand.
You were not willing to let him die.
No.
Good. This young man was with you on the night of October 25.
Yes.
Why, no, I wasn't.
There is no use, Gordon, in trying to keep the lady from doing what she has apparently determined to do.
No, you cannot keep me from doing what I have determined to do.
For my part, I respect you for it. Then you are prepared to testify that on the night of October 25, Gordon Wallace was with you from 12 o'clock midnight to late next morning.
Yes.
Was with you continuously.
Yes.
Your name is...
Don't give him your name. He'll use it. I tell you, this is all a mistake. I don't know this lady. I never saw her before. You mustn't do this.
I have done it.
And as I said, madam, I greatly respect you for doing it. You are, if I may say so, unlike most of your sex. Now, your name?
Mrs. Oscar Duncan.
And Mrs. Duncan, you live at... I fear someone is coming in. Will you just step in here?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There was no one out there, so I just walked right in. I thought you might be glad to see me.
Oh, we are. Aren't we?
I suppose I'm at the right place.
Well, it is the right place for some things.
Is it the place to tell the truth about Gordon Wallace?
It seems to be.
Well then, on the night of October 25, this young man was with me.
From 12 o'clock midnight until 8 next morning.
From 12 o'clock midnight till 8 next morning.
Was with you continuously.
Oh, certainly continuously.
Well, Gordon.
It seems that mufflers get longer and longer, doesn't it?
Why, perhaps they do. But you are willing to leave your name and address.
Certainly I'm willing to leave my name and address. What else would I be here for? Oh, but could I use the telephone first? It will be better to let them know that I'll probably be late getting home for lunch.
No, there's someone in there. Here, I'll show you how to get through to the jail phone.
The jail? But we'll soon have you out of jail.
On the night of October 25.
I understand that down here a man is about to die for a woman's honor.
You had some such thing in mind.
Now you can't get away with that. Sorry to upset your plans, but the death seems uncalled for. On the night of October 25, Gordon Wallace was with me.
From 12 o'clock midnight till 8 next morning.
From 12 o'clock midnight until 8 next morning.
Continuously.
Continuously.
Well, well, Gordon. I begin to understand why you hesitated to tell the truth about that momentous night. Rise and thank the lady, Gordon. It would seem the least you could do would be to rise and...
Darling, I cannot let you die for me.
Pardon me, madam, but...
Gordon, you call me madam after that night together. Oh, my beloved, when I think of those hours I lay in your arms...
Pardon me, but you never lay in.
I know. I understand. You pretend not to know me. You would die to shield me, but you cannot escape me.
Apparently not. But permit me to tell you, you are making a mistake.
No, I'm not making a mistake. You shall not die for me.
I really don't intend to, if I can help it.
Love is so beautiful, so nobling. When I think of that night, October 25.
Well, Gordon, have you a choice? You see, you didn't understand women as well as you thought.
Neither did you.
While I was over at the bank, women came.
Yes, I know.
But more women. 6 women are out there.
Don't let them in.
Tell the ladies we shall not need them. Thank them for coming. Well, come now. What shall we do with this embarrassment of... generosity? You see, dying for a woman's honor isn't as easy as you might think. It even looks as though there were a sort of conspiracy against it.
I'm not going to be made a fool of.
Are you sure you can help it?
Some of those women won't go away. I don't know what to do with them.
No, it's not a matter the young can cope with.
So, you are thinking of dying for a woman's honor. Now, do you think that's a very nice way to treat the lady? Seems to me you should think of her feelings. Have you a right to ruin her life?
Ruin her life?
Why, certainly. A life somebody has died for is practically a ruined life. For how are you going to think of it as anything but a life that somebody has died for? Did it ever strike you as funny that woman's honor is only about one thing, and that man's honor is about everything but that one thing? Now, woman's honor means woman's virtue. But this lady for whom you propose to die has no virtue.
Please be careful what you say.
I'm being very careful. I'm thinking it through just as carefully as I can. On the night of October 25, or sometime previous to that, she lost her virtue. And you propose to die to keep us from knowing about that loss. Now, it has happened, hasn't it? On the night of October 25, from 12 o'clock midnight until 8 next morning, continuously, she lost her virtue. You aren't dying to keep her virtuous. I fancy few lives have been laid upon that altar, but you're dying to keep us from knowing she is what she is. Dear me, seems rather sad.
It is noble beyond words.
There's where you're going to get your approbation. Can it be we are two souls, but with a single thought?
Perhaps we are two hearts that beat as one.
We might draw lots.
Love conquereth all things.
Even the female brain.
I wonder why you others came.
Why did you come?
Oh, I have children of my own. I thought he's just some nice boy, and probably she's just some nice girl afraid of her mother. And I thought, well now, what an awful pity to let him die, or even spend a lot of time in prison. I said to myself it would be just like a lot of men, to fuss around about a woman's honor and really let it hurt somebody. So I decided, well, I'll go. What harm can it do for me? You see, I'm in the habit of trying to save lives. I do nursing, practical nursing, and I didn't happen to be on a case just now, so I thought, well, I'll just take this case. Some of the folks I nurse for may be shocked, but good, sensible nurses aren't so easy to get. And, of course, my children may be upset about it, but when they're a little older, probably they'll be pleased to think their mother didn't want a nice boy to die. I wonder if she will come.
I wonder.
She is here.
Oh, it's not you. You thought it was the lawyer you were with. Anyway, people who do things don't make such a fuss about them.
I think she will have to come.
I'm sure I don't see how she could think of staying away. I hate a coward.
Some women think a great deal about their honor. I think it's usually women who aren't very well or haven't much else to take up their time. Oh, you've come.
Please go away.
Oh!
Can't you see there is no need for your staying?
There is need of it.
It's true we aren't all needed. Who will be best? Tell me, why are you here?
Well, you see, as for myself, I haven't any honor to worry about, and haven't had for some time. So, I thought if the sacrifice of a woman's honor is going to save a man's life, let me, who have none, nobly sacrifice mine.
What do you mean you haven't had any honor for some time?
No, I haven't had my honor around with me since I was, 17.
Do you miss it?
Well, yes, sometimes when I'm tired, I might like to slump back into it. See, honor camouflages so many things. Stupidity, selfishness, greed, lust, avarice, gluttony. So without it, you're almost forced to be a decent sort, and that's sometimes wearing. But I'll tell you why I'm really here. When men begin to sob around about woman's honor, it really gets my goat. That lawyer, he thought he was going to get away with it. Why, woman's honor would have died out long ago if it hadn't been for men's talk about it.
I suppose it really had to be kept up, as long as it gives men such noble feelings.
That man, the one when I was 17, he's that sort. He would be, of course. Why, this instant his eyes would become pools of feeling if anyone were to talk about saving a woman's honor. Gee.
If she is here, she must be feeling quite upset. If she cares enough to have it held back this long, it can't be easy to let it go.
She'll be better off without it.
I don't know. You see, she's had it quite a while. She's used to it. I was thinking.
While he was busy with the other women, I just slipped by. Is this...
Sit down and wait your turn.
Are all of you ahead of me?
Your number seems to be 5.
You look young for this.
Well, if you'll excuse my saying so, the same objection can't be made to some of you.
What are you here for?
Oh, I guess I'm here for about the same reason all of you are here.
But we are here for different reasons.
Say, what are you trying to put over on me? Suppose I think you're here for your health, or out of kindness, or to show your great beauty. Hardly. Anybody not feeble-minded could dope out while you're sitting here like owls.
Well, why?
Oh, not for money, of course.
I'm sorry you said that.
How sordid. How desecrating.
Say, I don't like the atmosphere of this place.
We don't like it as well as we did.
A business proposition is a business proposition. What a man needs and can pay for.
I really must ask you. Love is so beautiful.
Well, suppose it is. What's that got to do with it?
You seem hard for one so young.
I may be hard, but I'm not a nut.
Woman's honor doesn't play much in your young life, does it? Or woman's self-respect either.
Say, you think you can sit there and insult me? I don't know what you are, but I'll have you know I'm an honest working girl. I heard they were going to take on another stenographer down here, but I don't like the atmosphere of this place.
It was a misunderstanding. Life is paved with misunderstanding.
It will be said we did this for money.
A great deal will be said. If you care about what's said, you'd better follow the honest working girl out that door.
What's said makes an awful difference in some people's lives.
They don't know how much difference until they've heard it said.
You get made into one thing, and then it's not easy to be another. And as the honest working girl hinted, some of us aren't as young as we'd like to be.
Age shouldn't discourage one. It's never too late to mend.
If she is here and really minds losing her honor, well, she could just go home. We can't all lose our honor. It might do the young man more harm than good. It's different with you. You had an early start. Then you've got character. You don't need honor to lean on.
What is woman's honor?
A thing men talk about.
A safe corner.
A star to guide them.
Guide them where?
Yes, where? Many a woman who's guided hasn't guided anywhere.
Aren't we something more than things to be noble about?
Of course, what we've really been is kind. We haven't not deprived them of the pleasures of being noble. If we do it now, it will leave them in a bleak world.
Can't we put something in its place, so they won't be too desolate, and yet we won't be so...
Bored?
If only we could get them noble about something else.
Oh,
I should really hate to take it.
Oh, if only we could think up a new vice for them.
To do it gradually. Then there should be something to put in its place.
If only we could think up a new vice for them.
They have all those.
Oh, I hope you women can work out some way to free us from men's noble feelings about it. I speak for all the women of my underworld. All those others smothered under men's lofty sentiments toward them. I wish I could paint for you the horrors of the shielded life. I know you would feel something must be done to save us. After all, are we not your sisters? Our honor has been saved so many times, we are tired. And so when I read in the paper this morning that woman's honor was being saved again...
Read in the paper? Then you're not the one.
Not that one, but...
Are you a stenographer?
No.
I wonder if she is here.
I wonder.
But don't turn against me because I'm not this particular woman. What a detail that is. I am those victims of men's dreadful need for nobility. I'd rather die than go back to it. Help me to lead another life.
We must lift her up.
We will find a place for her in the great good world outside the shielded life.
Then, you others go, and I will stay.
I will give my life for yours, my sister.
No, you won't. I'll have nothing to do with saving you. You deserve nothing better than woman's honor. Come with us. Aren't you coming with us?
No.
Why not?
I shall stay.
Perhaps she is here. And if she is here, we have not the right to leave her.
Tell us. Are you the woman Gordon Wallace was with on the night of October 25?
Yes.
Of course, we've all said that.
But she says it in a different way.
I'm afraid you'll have to leave with us. It seems she has the right.
But do you think she has the right just because she is the one?
Leave me.
Suppose we do. You know, I like the idea. Why, the more I think about it, the better. I like it. Yes, come. This is the lady you are going to die for.
But no, what can it do for her? And how through her can we reach my poor sisters smothered under woman's honor? I insist upon it. I am the one.
You are not the one.
Now, I think, to avoid feeling between you two, I had better stay. I am a nurse and a mother, and I keep coming back to the idea that these things are needed.
No. You have too many other things to do. I am the one to remain. I am peculiarly fitted for it.
You are not fitted for it at all. There is no one less fitted for it than you.
How do you make that out?
You don't need it. Woman's honor never hurt you.
Are you acquainted with this woman?
No,
Then why are you so afraid of her?
I'm not.
But you were going to help me lead a better life, and now you stand here quibbling over a petty question of fact when the whole great question of escape from woman's honor is at stake. Oh, is it true that women will not help one another? That they are all hard and self-seeking?
My heart is full.
Your heart is full of a simpering parrot!
Ladies, quarreling. I'm sorry to find you in this mood. I had hoped while you were here together you might arrive at some understanding.
I wish you'd go home. We might arrive at something if we didn't have you on our backs.
Now, why must women always dislike each other?
If I were you, I'd try not to talk much.
Why not?
She has a kind heart. Now I'd let you talk.
Sometimes it seems quite as well not to try to follow women.
Sometimes even better.
Well now, ladies, let us drop personal dissensions for the moment. This unfortunate young man, Mr. Wallace, is much moved by your generosity. He had made up his mind to die for woman's honor. Now it seems he is not to do so. A change of plan to which he has not yet adjusted himself. His perturbation makes him unequal to selecting the lady who was with him on the night of October 25. So I would like to get your feeling. since it seems unnecessary for all of you to have been with the young man on the night of October 25.
Could that door be closed? It makes me nervous.
Now, doubtless you will agree with me that we should always eliminate waste. If a woman's honor is to be sacrificed, may I, without indelicacy, inquire who would sacrifice least?
I would.
You would.
The rest of you can talk as long as you like. I shall stay.
Well, there seems something final about that.
Tell us, are you the one?
I am the one to stay.
Now don't cheat. Tell us, are you...
Cheat? Cheat. You say to me, don't cheat. I don't cheat. I've been cheated. Cheated out of my chance to have a man I wanted by a man who would have what he wanted. Then he saved my woman's honor, married me and cheated me out of my life. I'm just something to be cheated. That's the way I think of myself until this morning, until I read about Gordon Wallace. Then I saw a way to get away from myself. It's the first thing I ever wanted to do that I've done. You'll not cheat me out of this, don't you try.
But she's just thinking of it in just a personal way.
That's why I stay.
But think of my poor sisters. Oh, those unfortunate women.
The only unfortunate woman I'll think of is myself.
You hear her? The only unfortunate woman she'll think about.
Now we really must ask you.
Love is so beautiful.
You can't cheat just because you've been cheated.
You say cheat to me again. You say cheat too.
Ladies, surely there must be some way out of this difficulty. We can work out some way to...
Save them both. Through Gordon Wallace. Here, yes. On the night of October 25.
Oh, hell. I'll plead guilty.